Hello and welcome to this short tutorial taking you through how to review and republish your data security and protection toolkit. This tutorial is aimed at those who have previously published at either approaching standards or standards met to help you understand the changes to what you will see in the toolkit and the actions you need to take. Having already reached either approaching standards or standards met, there are just 5 steps you need to take to republish your toolkit, and we'll go through each of these steps in this tutorial, covering logging back into your toolkit and what you'll see is it may look different since you last logged in, reviewing and updating existing answers and which other questions you need to answer, how to confirm your answers, and then publishing the toolkit, which needs to be done by the 30th of June 2022 for the 21-22 toolkit year. Firstly, log into your toolkit by following the website address on screen, or you can type into your web browser DSPT and select the appropriate link to take you to the home page. Then click on Login in the top right corner of the screen. You'll need to use your email address and the password used to set up the account to log in, and if you have any problems accessing your account, you can contact the DSPT Helpdesk. After logging in, if you had previously published at approaching standards or standards met, you will now see this assessment view, which is laid out differently from the social care assessment view you've previously seen, which had the 4 categories. Instead, the questions are now grouped by the 10 National Data Guardian's data security standards, and there are quick links to each of these sections on the left side of the page. This change is because when setting up your profile the first time you did the DSPT, you selected social care for your organisation, meaning you only saw the 42 social care questions. After publishing, however, the toolkit then takes you to this screen which shows the entire DSPT, including all questions across all the sectors, not just social care. Hence why when you scroll down through the questions, you might notice there are additional ones that you've not seen before. But don't worry, as all the information and answers you've previously entered into the toolkit will still be here, and as before, you'll notice these questions are marked as completed. So this is what you'll see if you're a single site organisation publishing for just your individual site. For multi-site providers who have completed the toolkit at headquarters level and used a HQ code to publish, you will also see this assessment view, but just with a different heading. Instead, it will say Headquarters Assessment at the top. And as before, when you publish, you can choose which of your sites you're publishing for, because multi-site providers can publish one toolkit to cover all of their locations and branches if they follow the same policies and procedures. The next step is to review and update your existing answers, and we'll also go through which outstanding questions you need to complete or that you can leave blank. If you had previously published at standards met or standards exceeded, you need to review your previous answers and update them wherever necessary. These are the questions marked as completed. If you had previously published at approaching standards, you need to review and update your previous answers to the questions marked completed, but you also need to complete all the remaining mandatory questions. You cannot republish at approaching standards, as this is a temporary stepping stone level towards reaching standards met, so you will have some questions to work through before being able to republish. The screenshot here shows where some of the questions will be marked as mandatory and those that have previously been completed. You need to ensure that all 42 mandatory questions on this page have been completed, and you can leave all the non-mandatory questions blank. To review your answer, or to answer a question for the first time, just click on the question to open it. A box will then appear with the question title, detailed guidance on how to answer it, and either a text box to write your answer, a tick box, or space to upload a document. Each question also comes with a comments optional box. Information entered here does not go towards your answer, but it is a useful function, especially if you're working on the toolkit with colleagues, or for notes for future publications, as you may not remember why you answered a question a certain way or where a policy is saved, for example. After reviewing and completing all the mandatory questions, the next step is to confirm your answers are correct. For each set of completed questions, you need to tick the box underneath the section which says, "I confirm that the evidence entered for this assertion is correct." This tick box does not appear until all the mandatory questions have been completed in that set. You have to confirm your answers each time you republish your toolkit, and it notes who confirmed it and when. This is an important step as you cannot republish without doing this. The last step is to publish your toolkit. Once all the mandatory questions have been reviewed, updated and answered, and you have ticked to confirm each set of questions are correct, you can publish at Standards Met by clicking on the blue button Publish Assessment at the top of the page. Remember, only your DSPT status and the date you published, for example 21-22 Standards Met, will be made publicly available on the DSPT website, not your full report. You will then receive an email confirming the publication of your assessment. For those publishing at a headquarters level for multiple sites, don't forget to tick which locations you would like the toolkit to apply to. You can check which branches are available by clicking on View Branches at the top of the page. If there are any issues with linking the toolkit to branches or the list is incorrect, contact the DSPT Helpdesk. It's also a good idea to let those branches know that the toolkit has been completed for them. If you would like any support in republishing your toolkit, we are your local support team for Kenza Medway, working with the Better Security, Better Care programme. We have a range of small group virtual workshops as well as one-to-one sessions available. These run weekly and we can work with you to help guide you through the toolkit and to help you publish. These sessions can be signed up to on our website via the link on screen, or please don't hesitate to get in touch to arrange a session directly. We also have a helpline, so if you had any questions or wanted to talk something through, you can either email or call us. Larger care provider groups can get in touch with the Digital Social Care team for national support, and there are also the contact details for the DSPT Helpdesk for any technical issues or account problems with the toolkit. The deadline to republish your toolkit for the 21-22 year is 30th of June 2022. Hopefully this tutorial has been helpful in guiding you through how to republish your toolkit, but if you had any questions, please do get in touch with us.